Hey guys, welcome back to the Nerd Hangout. It's been a while, but today we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. Oh yeah. Hello nerds and welcome back to this episode of the Nerd Hangout. Like I said earlier, today we are going to play Dungeons and Dragons. We're going back to Elduran. We're playing brother against brother, one-on-one Dungeons and Dragons. Kjartan is the DM. I am playing my character Dante. This is episode 3, and in this episode we're gonna do things a little bit different. I don't know if you like it. You can tell me in the comments what you think about it, but I have a green screen behind Kjartan at the DM chair where I'm going to have some illustration pictures of what is going on, where we are, the atmosphere, who are we talking to, and this is just to try it out, so please do tell me what you think about it. Okay, sometimes maybe when Kjartan is describing a scene or a picture, it isn't 100% accurate because it's very hard for me to find the exact picture that he's describing because he is so descriptive, but it's okay. I hope it doesn't throw you off too much. I think it looks kind of cool, but yeah. Tell me what you think, guys. Anyway, let's start the game.
Dante. Last session, you went to the Cathedral of Peace to have a chat with Joshua, your mentor. Time had been standing a bit still, and you found yourself with a feeling of adventuring, when a boy approached you with a letter of an unknown sender. The letter was marked R, and you soon found out that it was Sir Ruland, a man you spent time with on the army. He had been forming an alliance with the Princess of Liguria, Madeleine Touchard. They had come up with the group Syndicate and wanted you to help in neutralizing the Asari Order, a criminal underground organization. You accepted and was teleported thousands of miles away to Ornthal in the Vaxalimian dynasty. The teleportation spell kind of malfunctioned, and you appeared a couple of miles off from Ornthal, only to be considered breakfast for a hungry young purple worm. You are now on the last stretch to Ornthal, as you are walking along the actual furthest most west edge of the world,
Okay.
where Ornthal is. And the forest is dense on your right side and to your left. Behind a 70-foot hill, you hear waves crashing to the west. After walking for about an hour, you notice fireflies slowly gathering around you. The sun is setting and the temperature is at a decline. A couple of minutes pass and you suddenly feel like you're pushing through a portal or something.
Mm.
A moment passes, and as you look up, the majestic city of Ornthal is before you. And as I told you before, Ornthal is kind of blocked off from the entire world by some form of spell. Ornthal, as you know, is a large city and a prime example of beautiful elven architecture and design. The white stone buildings, rails and structures are laced with carvings of elegant twisting branches and leaves. There is as much nature within the city as there are modern elvish buildings, as the abundance of parks, trees and grass litter the city, reflecting the elves' appreciation of the natural world and its beauty. A single large river separates Ornthal proper to the north from the farmlands and slums to the south, with several wide stone bridges allowing passage between the two. To the north, atop a large hill, stands the citadel, surrounded by wealthy estates, and in the center of Ornthal proper, a bustling marketplace. In contrast to Ornthal proper and the farmlands, the drow slums seem to sit on nothing but dirt and mud, with barely cobbled and wooden planked paths. As you peacefully walk on the cobbled streets, you see a pair of wood elves sitting on a front porch, trying aimlessly to catch some of the fireflies that are hovering around them. You see lights flicker in a window as an elderly elf is sitting on a chair reading a book. You hear the sound of music about 100 feet ahead as you draw near the local tavern. What do you wish to do?
Nothing goes into the tavern.
Yeah?
Where the music is playing.
Yes. So you walk about 100 feet and you can see on the outside of this building there is a... is it called a plaque? Where it says the Gleaming Firefly.
The Gleaming Firefly?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you enter the tavern, you are immediately hit with the familiar smell of ale and roasted meat. In front of you, there is a blue carpet leading up to the bar. To both sides, you see tables with 4 to 6 chairs stacked around, and on the east side, there is a stage with a harp hanging on the wall. The bar is well decorated with engravings of different kinds of flowers. As you look around for a table to sit at, you see a dwarf slam his mug on the table as he raises his arm. "Next round's on me," he says, as you see a smile form under his foam-covered beard. What do you wish to do?
Dante goes over to the dwarf and what are we celebrating? Master Dwarf.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to do an accent. I'm just not. Every day is a celebration here in Ornthal.
Okay.
We're just having some fun.
Sounds nice.
It is nice.
So, the next round is on you?
Next round's on me.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome, sir.
Now, was Dante to meet up with someone here in...
When you had this meeting with Syndicate,
Yeah.
Madeline told you that there was a drow in Ornthal
Okay, yeah.
named Sebeka Melvir, who knew something about the Asari Order.
Dante,
She also told you that for some reason this Sebeka was shunned by the Asari Order.
may I join you, Master Dwarf?
Of course, be my guest. What do you drink?
Ale will be fine.
An ale? Brilliant. And he yells up to the bartender, "Archie, 1 ale for this guy." Forgive me for prying, but you look a bit worn out. Where are you coming from?
Well, it's been a long trip. My personal matters I would rather keep for myself, Master Dwarf. I mean, no offense.
No, none taken. We are all allowed some privacy in our lives, right?
Agreed. Do many travelers come here?
No, not many. There are not many who know of this city. May I ask, how do you know about Ornthal?
I've been told about this place from known associates, and so I heard it was immense, beautiful. And I was surprised also to see that it actually was guarded the way that it is.
Yeah, it's quite fascinating, isn't it?
It is. So I had to see it, and here I am.
Okay.
Do many different races come through here?
No, not many. As you can see, and when you look around, you can see there are almost only high elves. No drow whatsoever. This is the only dwarf that's in the tavern, and there are a couple of wood elves.
Okay. I see among the people that there are no dwarves except you.
No.
Why is that?
Normally, our kind doesn't visit places like this. But I like to think of me as an open-minded kind of fellow. And as you, my curiosity got the better of me and I had to see it.
And have the elves been
they've been nothing but kind.
They've been kind.
Yeah.
So they welcome dwarves if they come here? Or is it the dwarves themselves that choose to stay away?
So long as you don't make any trouble and keep to yourself, abide, do as they say, you'll be fine.
Okay. Coming here, I notice mostly elves, high elves, wood elves.
Mm-hmm.
There are no drows.
The drows are in the slum.
Where is the slum?
The slum is south of here. You have to go across one of the white stone bridges, and there you will enter the slum.
So slum in the poorer part of town.
Yeah, poor. Very poor. The drows work for the elves.
Oh, yeah. Slaves.
Whatever you call it.
Okay. So how long are you going to stay, Master Dwarf, and what is your name, if I may ask?
I don't know how long I will stay. I'm on my own free time. Name's Gunther.
Gunther.
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Dante.
Dante. Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. Gunther.
So, have you only come to drink or interrogate or?
Interrogate? I'm just asking friendly questions. Do you feel interrogated?
A tad.
No, I apologize, wasn't Wolf. Let's just drink the beer and relax.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for it. Next round's on me.
Much appreciated. And as you're talking, you see a woman go to the bar to cash in on her free beverage. And as soon as she gets it, she chucks the mug at an impressive pace. She wipes off any excessive liquid on her mouth and proceeds to go on stage. She grabs the harp on the wall and strums a chord. You see her mutter something under her breath, and as she starts to sing, you recognize the effect of the thaumaturgy spell. She sings wholeheartedly. She sings a song about a long-lost love, and a woman promised to a man who she did not love. Your mind swiftly turns to imagery, and you think of your beautiful wife and family. Of all the times you guys had together. You see her smile, you hear her laugh, and before you know it, you hear her screams. You refocus only to notice the woman strumming the last chord before a round of applause echoes throughout the room, and the dwarf looks up to you. You there, Dante?
Yes, I am. Oh, sorry. My mind wanders sometimes. Excuse me. And Dante gets up and actually goes out.
Okay. The people inside the tavern all have their gazes upon the woman
Stage.
as she starts to play her second song.
Okay. Dante doesn't run, doesn't hurry.
No.
It's not like... So he walks slowly, walks outside and comes out to the fresh air. What time of day is it?
It's about noon.
Noon, yeah.
So yeah, 6 o'clock. The sun was setting as you walked towards Ornthal.
Dante looks around to see what kind of people are walking on the streets there.
Normal workers, mostly.
Okay.
You are in the part of town where you have been here before. So you know that this part of town is mostly for the workers. The houses are not as elegant as the one in the upper states and by the citadel. But still, compared to what you've seen in Blackgate, in West End, also in East End, these are very beautiful houses.
Okay.
But the people, they are mostly dressed in linens, normal linens.
Yeah.
And no silks or anything like that. Not in this part.
No.
Looks like some are returning home from work. Some pass you by as they go into the tavern. You see a group of people having a conversation.
Dante looks right beside him if there's somewhere that he could sit, like a box or a chair or somewhere.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Oh, det är lättare. Shay. 11.
Yeah, you find like a small vegetable box. You can flip it upside down and then you can sit.
Yeah.
It's about this tall, so you're like really far on the ground, but you can still sit.
No.
You feel that the weight of your body is kind of.
Yeah.
But if you sit perfectly still, you should be fine.
I try to balance out. I take my sword to retribution, and I just like put it like leaning on me, so maybe it steadies the weight of myself. So I lean on the sword, which pushes to the ground. So not so much of my weight is actually on the box.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is inside investigation perception is 14.
14. Yeah, okay, this isn't hard. As you do that, you notice that people walking around are generally looking in your direction. They're not looking obviously at you, but you get a few glimpses as they walk by. Wandering eyes. Maybe they aren't used to seeing a large man in plate armor and a sword sitting outside of the bar.
No. Well, Dante isn't that charismatic, so he kind of ignores it actually.
Yeah.
His mind is still on his wife from inside and says, I still miss you, love. And he actually takes his hood. He's had this hood on the entire time back. He's still bald from the burn marks. He has his beard, which is thick, dwarvish beard.
Yeah.
He has still his wife's cloth around the end of his sword, and he like takes a bit of it like and rips it off. Like he has only a thin thread of it.
Yeah.
And he takes his beard and he braids it, and then he takes the red thread and just ties it up.
Yeah.
Just to make himself look a little bit more neat.
Yeah.
And he stands back up, takes his sword, sheaths it, goes back into the dwarf inside and says thank you for the drink. And he puts a gold piece down to him to give him for a drink.
You're quite welcome.
May I ask you, and I get close to him, does the name Silbeka mean anything to you?
No, I'm kind of new here. But if you need information, I think Archie is the one to talk to.
Is he the bartender?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Silbeka. No, thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Enjoy your drink.
Thank you.
And Dante goes straight up to the bar.
Yeah. Well, at the bar, you see a man with dyed black hair and blue eyes. He wears an apron and has a handkerchief on his right shoulder. You notice a tattoo of a poem on his right arm, and he looks at you. What can I do you for?
Two things. Do you have any rooms for it?
Yeah, I have rooms.
Can I get a bucket of water into that room to clean myself and probably my clothes?
We have tubs.
I would like to get access to that. Is that in the room, or do I have to go somewhere else to do it?
Yeah, it's in the room.
Thank you. I would like a room.
Yeah.
And maybe some information. And he puts a gold piece down on the table. And he just keeps his hand on it.
He presses his hand on your finger and slides it back. What information do you need?
Sorry, I mean no offense. And he takes the gold back and he asks, does the name Silbeka Elvir mean anything to you?
Not really, no. Sounds Strow.
Do I believe him?
Insight?
19.
As you say the name Silbeka, he doesn't look like he knows exactly what we're talking about. It's not like he that kind of feeling, but more a look of concern.
Okay.
I don't know any Silbeka, but like I said, it's a drow name, so I'm not narrowing it down that much, but She probably in the slums. But I can point you to someone who might know.
That would be appreciated.
If you... And he looks around, that guy. And you see him sitting by the door with a couple of friends.
Mm-hmm.
He has blonde, medium length hair, and a goatee covers the lower part of his face. And as you're looking at him, he is like leaning over and looks like he's trying to talk up a lady.
Okay. And Dante takes the gold back up for the room.
Yeah, that's one you need 19 more.
19 more. And he takes 20. So.
Thank you. And a look of surprise when you pay the full 20.
Don't look so surprised, dear friend. There's more where that came from.
Yeah, it's just when outsiders come to Warneke, they are really surprised by the prices.
It is expensive.
But we have all the luxuries you could want.
How many nights is this for?
Well, you have servants at your disposal, you have a bathtub, we have a library, should you want to read something, we have everything.
Okay, thank you. Privacy is mostly what I want.
Then privacy is what you'll get.
And the bath.
And the bath.
Thank you. And before I go to my room, my mother's to himself.
Are you going to the room now?
No, I'm gonna talk to your friend first.
Okay.
Does he have a name?
I think it's Eli.
Eli. When will the room be ready?
Do you want to bath now?
Yeah, after I talk to him would be nice.
Then I'll call someone and get it ready for you.
Thank you. And he goes over to this blonde goatee guy.
Yeah. He's chatting up a lady. And as you walk towards him, he like...
Excuse me if I bother you. Eli, is it?
Not to you. My name's Elian.
Elian. May I have a talk with you, Elian?
What's the concern?
Just some information.
We can talk right here.
Sure. And Soan sits... Dante sits down. Dante sits down to him, gets very close actually, and whispers in his ear and says, "Do you know someone called Silveka Milfire?" And also he takes the money pouch on the table and just holds it in front of him.
And he gestures towards the money pouch like, open it.
Opens it.
Sebeka, you say? How about this? You get to ask 3 questions. For every question I answer, 50 gold.
50 gold. That's expensive information.
It's useful information.
It better be.
Is that a threat?
You can take it as you want, friend.
You ought to be more careful, outsider. And this is just a friendly reminder. What do you want?
He takes 50 gold out of the bag and says, "Do you know where I can find Silveka Melvir?"
In the slums.
Where precisely?
Another 50 gold.
Takes another 50 gold. Buys it on the table.
You can find her. She would probably be... No, she's not working the fields now. She has a house. I think she's alone. Yeah, she should be alone. It's kind of in the east direction of the slums. You will notice it because it has a giant crack on the left side of the house. It's the only one that has it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He gives him 100 gold. Takes his bag. Puts it back on him and he gets up and goes to his room.
And he pays no attention to you and goes back to his lady.
Dante waits right outside the door, like eagerly to get into his room.
And when you come to the room, there are 10-15 candles all the way around. It's really nice and cozy. And It looks like he has put soap in the water, something that you're not used to seeing, because it has these strange bubbles. As you reach down to the water, it seems a bit warm actually. You haven't had a bath in warm water in maybe ever. It's not a common thing. And the smell kind of smells like flowers. It's a really nice smell. And just the architecture of the room is fantastic. The bed has soft, fresh linens. It's a great room.
Dante goes into the room, he takes his clothes off, thinks to himself, picturing his wife walking around there talking to him, telling him to remember to clean himself, don't take the dirt into the house. He also hears her say, remember when you are in different towns to adjust to the customs. And he answers out loud, like talking like she's there. Yes, yeah, I know, understand. And hears her say, don't get so angry when things don't go your way. And Dante thinks about the guy taking so much gold for this information. I know, I wanted to, he almost laughed to himself, I wanted to hit him in the jaw. And she says, I know. And they like laugh together, but he's doing it alone, grinning. And he takes a shower. And then he relaxes, and suddenly the room becomes completely silent. And he feels like he's all alone again. He's enjoying the perfumed water and the light. It's cozy for him. He relaxes. He actually falls asleep in the tub. Where afterwards Shirk's almost surprised that he fell asleep, but it was so cozy, like you said. So just descriptively, and he got.
But of course, if you want, you can get up and go to your bed.
Yeah, he gets up after the short rest, but before he continues, you can do things when you rest. You don't have to sleep all.
Definitely not.
No.
You have 2 hours.
Exactly. So he takes now the clothes which were muddied, bloodied, his white robe. He washes it afterwards, in the tub after he's finished, hangs it up wherever he can, maybe on some furniture and stuff like that, close to the candlelight. I don't know if there's a fireplace there.
There's a fireplace, yeah.
Yeah, close it, let it dry up. He takes his armor, shines it up, dries his blade, and again hears his wife talking about, you have to look civil, you have to look nice. Yeah, I know, I'm doing my best. And then he goes to bed as he waits until the clothes are drying and he can continue asleep.
Yeah.
And tries to go for a long sleep, a long rest.
Yeah.
If you like cool sound effects like this, then go to our homepage at podbean.nordicdnd.com, click on battlebards.com and let them know Nordic D&D sent you.
You're in safe hands in the gleaming firefly, so without no disturbance or anything, you get a full rest. And as you wake up, you notice that it's complete darkness outside. You fell asleep about 7 o'clock. So it would be about 2?
At night?
At night, yeah.
Dante gets
3,
up
yeah.
and notice that it's dark out. Thinks, yeah, maybe it's not so many eyes will be on me. And goes downstairs. Is there life downstairs?
There is. There are still people downstairs. Not as many people. Not as conscious as they were. Some people are conscious. You realize that it's not the same bartender. It's a woman this time. And yeah, they are of course paying attention to you since there's a giant coming down the stairs. But they give you a glance and then they return to whatever they were doing.
Of course, Dante puts on his clothes
Yeah.
and his armor, and it all looks new,
Yeah.
except for some tears
Yeah.
and cuts and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But they're completely clean.
Yeah.
And he goes downstairs. He walks outside,
Yeah.
and he tries passively to look if somebody like follows him on the way outside, or just tries to look.
As you step outside,
Like,
Yeah.
just,
roll a perception check.
yeah, thank you. 23.
You don't notice anyone.
Well, Dante, how many people are walking outside at night? Okay.
Not many. There are a few drunken people. Maybe right there,
Yeah.
you see about 2 people. But that's because you're right outside of the bar.
Okay. Dante goes where the Ilion described where to go.
Yeah?
Yeah. But he goes carefully, not stealthily, but carefully.
Yeah.
I have the shield,
Yeah.
but it's on me. It's not in my hand.
Not equipped.
I'm not looking like I'm going to war.
No.
And the hood is not on. It's behind. The beard is braided.
Yeah.
Looks nice. There's not a bow tie on the bottom.
Okay. As you cross the stone bridges and walk about 50 feet down towards the slums, you feel that the cobbled paths give way to muddled streets. And as you walk, you kind of see, you had 14 perception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of see,
No, I had 24.
yeah, that was the roll for looking outside of
Yeah, on the way
bar,
I haven't
right?
rolled since.
No, but passive.
Passive was 14, yeah.
Yeah. You see 2 shapes, hair white as snow. And they walk up to you.
Mm-hmm.
What is your business here?
Just looking, wandering, taking a walk.
People don't walk these parts. Not at this hour, not at any hour.
How do they look? Do they look like they're guards? Or do they look like drow?
They are definitely drow.
Definitely drow, okay.
They have equipped weapons, but their armor doesn't look like anything. They have linen shirts and pants,
Okay.
worn out shoes.
I'm looking for someone in these parts.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Silbeka. Melvir.
There is no Sebeka here.
You lie. Does he lie?
It's roll for deception. Insight.
Inside, yeah. But he said it. And looks at him while. Huh? But he has said the words, you lie. Let's make sure if he does. 16.
I never lie.
Except for today.
I never lie.
Listen, friend, I just want to talk with her.
You don't get to talk.
What is she to you?
What is she to you?
Somebody I want to talk to.
Why? We don't have any secrets here. Roll perception. Åh, det är irriterande. Jag menar.
Sage.
Before you know it, there is a
Swarm?
I have to roll for attack first. I bet that hits. 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before you know it, you feel a searing pain in your back as a short sword is wedged through your back. I need you to do I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
Con?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's only a 7.
Okay. And the pain becomes much worse when you feel injected poison.
Nope.
Is it poison?
Oh, it just changed into fire.
Yeah, it is poison.
Resistant.
Yeah, but not immune.
No.
As poison is injected to your nerve system, and you kind of feel like almost dropping down your knees.
I have actually advantage against poison. You do usually your constitution, huh?
Yeah, same throw, yeah.
Yeah, so I am. So far, Sorry. That was a critical miss. Sorry.
As poison
No, wait. I have a reaction.
Okay. You do take some damage.
Yeah, let's just start with that. Well, what's the slashing damage? Start with it.
Yeah. It's piercing damage, if that makes any sense. No difference.
No. What kind of blade is using, man?
Really?
Don't say 50, man.
52.
What the fuck? The sharpest blade ever. Is it a dagger? He's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. 52 piercing damage.
And the poison?
Coming up.
If you single kill me with one blade, I'm never playing this again.
26 poison damage.
26, that means 13. Oh! That's 2/3 of my life. I think I'll just come back later.
Don't mind.
I'm so sorry.
Roll the shot.
Oh, is that a time? What am I doing? Here's where we're gonna stop, guys. I hate to cut this episode short right before an encounter, but just so the episode doesn't become too long and the next part also doesn't become too long, we're gonna stop here. But if you want to see how the hell Dante's gonna get out of that situation where he almost got totally annihilated by only one strike, be sure to subscribe, click that bell so you will be notified when I upload next episode where we're going to roll initiative for Dante. Thank you for the day, nerds. Goodbye.